The Walt Disney Company is up to it again. They're trying to change another franchise from a boy brand to a girl boss thing. And what is it this time? Well, it's a movie that Taylor Swift will be singing in, Toy Story 5. And this time, they might actually be successful. We'll explain why on the other side. What a day, folks. Thank you for coming our way and welcome back yet again to where we are changing hearts and minds one video at a time simply by telling the truth with a capital T. And this time we're talking about Toy Story. We've got some news on this one. And let me tell you, folks, it looks like Disney is making the same mistake again. They might get away with it. But according to one panelist, they just might go down in flames. Smash that like button. And let's talk about the insane return to the Disney strategy. They're at it again, Mom. They're doing it again, Dad. They're trying to change Toy Story into a girl brand. Here's what we've got, and I'll tell you a little sneak peek, a little spoiler to the story. It might actually work this time. That Park Place, Trevor Denning writing this one. Andrew Stanton, that's the director, admits Toy Story 5 is all about Jessie. Is this another Disney bait and switch? Look out, Buzz. Look out, Woody. Toy Story 5 is one of the most anticipated films of the summer. Fans who have been with the franchise for the last 3 decades may be looking forward to introducing their own children to Buzz Lightyear and Woody. However, in a recent interview, writer and director Andrew Stanton revealed that Toy Story 5 will focus on Jessie the cowgirl. The comment has sparked debate online. Additionally, the film's marketing has heavily focused on Buzz and Woody, leading some fans to wonder if the beloved characters will be sidelined. Stanton, co-director Kenna Harris, and producer Lindsay Collins recently sat for an interview with MovieWeb's Joe Deckelmeyer, who noted that Joan Cusack's Jessie is the center of Toy Story 5. He asked the trio what made her the right choice. Well, we had gone to the well of Woody so much, Stanton said, which is a very strange phrase. I don't recommend anybody ever say that. He said, I just felt like he needs a break. Let him rest. Let Woody have a rest for a change. Stanton added that Woody will still have stuff, but it won't have to be such high stakes. Shifting the conversation to Jessie, the director suggested that her character deserved more attention than the last Toy Story film. She was so ready to be the next leader of the toys in the room, and so it was always on my mind from the minute I got brought on for Toy Story 4. I made sure that we passed the badge on, so it was official. Stanton framed the decision as a natural reflection of life, as people often find themselves in new positions of leadership. However, the idea that shifting the focus of Toy Story 5 to Jessie was set up in the last film may not matter to some fans. And you can see the story goes on. Folks, we recommend that you read this. This is, I think, following right along the path of what we've seen so much from Disney. And it's like they didn't get the memo. There's one change to this, though. And I think that they might actually pull it off this time. I don't know for sure. But it's this story. Out of Complex. Trey Alston. Taylor Swift's I Knew It, I Knew You shatters streaming records in first 24 hours. The country track, written for Toy Story 5, set all-time single-day records on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music. T Swift is going to be singing the follow-up to When She Loved Me. You remember, I think it was Sarah McLachlan sang it. When She Loved Me. Tearjerker, right? Well, T Swift has written a song, I Knew It, I Knew You, and that's going to be the new one where when Jessie the cowgirl, spoiler alert, finds her, first owner, this song's going to play. And boys and girls, I'm going to tell you, I've listened to the song. I don't know if you guys have. I think out of the pantheon of Taylor Swift songs, it's not great. But people, I'm not the demo. And that's the thing. I'm not the demo. And
who is the demo pro?
I think it's girls. I don't know why they keep doing this, but Toy Story 5, I believe, is being positioned as a girl movie. Now,
from Disney?
I don't know if Toy Story. No. Wiz, I think they may pull it off this time, but I think that the franchise will be damaged because of it going forward. This has always been about Andy and his toys, and Toy Story 4, I think, is a terrible movie, and I'm afraid Toy Story 5 might be going that same path.
But before Wiz says something, you cannot say that they are not paying attention, they're not learning the lesson, and then say, I think they may get it right this time.
No. Okay, let me explain that then real quick.
Two things can be true, though.
I think it's going to make $1 billion because of the legacy of the franchise, but I think this will be like Moana, where the Moana live action is going to be a flop this year because Moana 2, people hated it. They still went to go see it because they loved the first one.
Yes. Yeah. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant, bro. Lauren didn't get it.
Lauren.
I think this is going to be the movie of the summer. Moana's not tracking very well. Supergirl's not tracking very well. Masters of the Universe, yikes. Disclosure Day, we don't know how that's going to be, and that's not a kids movie, right? So
great marketing on that one.
Yeah. I think when we look around, it's like, yes, this movie is going to do well. It is a Toy Story movie. Toy Story movies historically have done well. I think Toy Story 4 left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. However, it is Toy Story, and Toy Story does put butts in seats.
If there are two bad ones, two films that stray from the original message of the Toy Story movies, does it really damage, though, even Toy Story, which is, I mean, that's Pixar.
Well, that is Pixar. I think, unfortunately, Toy Story has decided that ever since Toy Story 2, when we had that really aggressively sad Jessie song, you know,
when she
loved me. Yeah.
Loved me. You got to slow it down to like 3 beats per minute.
That's right. It is a hijack out of the movie for that song, and I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not. It didn't fit the tone of the
when
movie at the time.
Somebody loved me.
Since that moment,
sorry.
See, hijacking the moment. That's what it does. ever since then, Toy Story has tried to do, okay, well, we're going to do super peak emotional. We're going to get audiences to cry. We're going to get kids to cry. And they did it right in Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 was supposed to be this send-off, and it was promised as a send-off. And then Toy Story 4 attempted to do it, but it did it in such a
terrible
phony
movie.
way.
It's a terrible movie.
But the problem is you can't believe it. So the point I'm trying to make is, if they just go back to being fun, if this is just, can we just do a fun movie? You know, if you want to make all the Toy Stories you want, you'll keep making $1 billion each time if they're just fun. Stop trying to outdo Toy Story 3. Accept the fact you can't outdo Toy Story 3, but just do Toy Story movies. And they got to be good. They have to be well written, but they could just be toys go on adventures, and they could have meaningful stories without trying to do we're tugging on your heartstrings every single time now, because it didn't work as well in 4 and it hurt the movie for it. So if you want to do a Jessie movie, Godspeed, go for it. Ship a good movie, and maybe it'll help the franchise out. But so far, I think if this is a 2 for 2 on not good movies, you're in a bad spot, and Pixar can't afford it.
This is something that Pixar keeps doing too. You know, Incredibles is a phenomenal movie, just out of this world good. Incredibles 2 is like it's like compensating. It's like it's like they feel sorry that they made the first one, even though it's a masterpiece. Wreck-It Ralph, tremendous, amazing movie. Wreck-It Ralph 2. Hey, we're sorry we made that. Here's what we really believe. Lauren, I hope they don't do that with Toy Story. What do you think about this? And does the Taylor Swift, does the T-Swift strategy pull this off this time?
I'm going to have the hot take on this. This movie is not going to do as well as you think it is. They've already had 2 bad Toy Story movies. They had Toy Story 4. They had Lightyear. And I think that you're forgetting that we are in the season of the audience deciding that they're going to punish Disney. So I think that what you're seeing with the song is Taylor Swift has a lot of fans. I'm not sure that kids are still into toys, and I think that maybe the audience has had enough of Toy Story, and especially the desecration of Toy Story. So we'll see.
By golly, that's a hot take. By golly, that's a hot take.
That is scorching hot.
All right, let's keep the scorch going, Lauren. Is anything under $1 billion a failure? Does that qualify in what you're saying? Anything under $1 billion?
I think they might consider it so, because this has been one of their guaranteed moneymakers, you know, and it would be a headline if it came in under that. And I think it would be another great big red flashing sign with a bunch of accompanying warning bells telling them we have to change what we're doing. So, I mean, the fact that they're going forward with yet again saying, all right, we're going to hand it off to the girl now, when the audience has plainly told every studio on earth, we're done with this. But if they're not going to get the message, they're going to keep getting the lesson. That's the way it's going to work.
Andy, what's your theory on this? Where does this franchise go? Is this going to be a moment where we learn something that Lauren, I think, has warned about, or does this just is it an auto billion-dollar machine?
I don't know that the kids are that into it anymore. I don't know really what they're going to see. Like what's really out there that's pushed out there for kids? Will it be something that you can take the kids to and keep them busy for 2 hours? Yeah, but it's expensive. You're doing a lot of snacks and stuff for the kids, keep them busy to entertain them for this long. It used to be cheap to take the kids to the movie. Now it's not so much anymore. I don't think this is going to do well. I know like there's a lot of adults that were huge Toy Story fans, but Toy Story 4 kind of broke that. I think they broke the model, and this doesn't look like it's learning anything. That doesn't go back to the classic stories of it. And I find it interesting that in Toy Story 2, they kind of set up that thing, the differences between the way boys and girls play. And I think they're not really going back to that. It's sort of a trying to make it like there's no change. There's no difference between Bonnie and Andy, which is nonsense. And it's kind of illustrated when the old prospector gets lost and gets stuck with the little girl, and you're like, oh, you're gonna love her. She's an artist, and like you see the Barbie with the head shaved, and boy, was that a premonition. But it was an indicator that, like, yeah, there's differences in the way kids play with these things, and I think the nostalgia is over. And if the parents don't want to go see the movie, they probably won't drag the kids to it.
Last question for the panel. Anybody who wants to weigh in. It's only got a 2.5 week runway. And then Minions arrives. I think this is the first time we've got a shot at the Minions taking down Toy Story.
I think it's going to be really hard to do. And I'm speaking from a place of just a gut reaction. And there's been a couple things we've seen online. This Minions movie might not do as great as previous ones.
You think people are tired of the Minions as well?
I think people are losing the flair for the Minions. I think it's been getting a little old, but then again, it's been going on since I think 2008.
Beedo.
It's been going for a while, and I think I also haven't seen a tremendous amount of marketing for the Minions, and I've seen a lot of marketing for Toy Story. So maybe that has something to do with it. It's going to come down to, do parents want to keep going to see the Minions movies, and also do parents want to keep going to see Toy Story movies?
Well, Lauren is the man of the hot take of the hour. Lauren, I'll give you the final word on it because I think you convinced all of us. I think this movie might be in more trouble than I had first thought. Maybe T Swift is the one who's popular, maybe not Pixar.
It's just a gut feeling on my part, and I'm totally open to being wrong, but I think the audience is sick of Disney. I think the audience is sick of what Disney has been doing, and I think the audience is sick of endless sequels. I think that they're ready for something original that is family-friendly and that reminds them why they liked Toy Story as it was conceived. I think if they wanted to do a Toy Story movie that would be popular, they actually needed to fix Buzz after Lightyear, and they're not doing that, and I think that's a mistake.
Yeah, this should have been a Buzz Lightyear-led Buzz Lightyear first movie to fix that brand identity for Buzz Lightyear. And the fact it's not, that might be problematic.
Could be. The last thing I'll say, if this movie comes out and all of the actors, all of the toys sound old, I know we're not supposed to talk about that, but if Joan Cusack comes out and says, "Yeehaw, Woody, let's go, ride 'em, bullseye," not going to be a good time for this movie at the box office. So hang tight. We'll find out if that's true. Like in the marketing, it has been so. We'll let you know real soon. You know, we've reached the end yet again. But ladies and gentlemen, we've had fun today, have we not? And until the next time we get to do so yet again, be a friend to the channel. Click that like button. Share your thoughts in the dialogue down below. And if you're not yet subscribed, well, we need you right here on Team Pro. Until we meet again, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.